Hey, Casie, what's the future like? I know you must have been offered money for them.
Yeah, there's been a lot of offers on the table. I've left Steve Calhoun. He's the majority owner. He owns 50%. Me and West Windsor a quarter each. I've left that completely in Steve Calhoun's hands, and so far it's still the same ownership. Nothing's changed. A lot of people are talking, but right now we're just enjoying the ride, and we'll hopefully worry about having stud duty after a 3-year-old season with him.
You recently flew to Vancouver for a fundraiser. Now, how did this all come about?
Jackson Widdop and Chuck Keeling called me probably about a month and a half ago and asked me about coming home, and they were going to have a day for me, and I said that would be absolutely awesome. They said it was going to be on the biggest day in BC, and I said that would be great. I'd love to come out. And then he asked me if I would like to raise money for a charity of my choice, and I said for sure, and chose the Victoria Burn Unit, and that's how I got here.
Were you surprised at all the support, not only by friends, but the donations you received?
It was absolutely amazing. Like when I started, when I talked to Jackson, and he told me that out in BC, like they have some donations for sure, but they don't have as many. They asked me if I could try rounding up a few, and I just started calling some people, like feed stores, fellow horsemen, vets, like you name it. I just started calling people, and not one single person told me no. They just kept up to the day of the day I was leaving. I was still getting phone calls for people donating to be bid on up for the charity. So it was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe how many people donated things.
Did you meet some of your high school friends after all those years?
Yeah, I did see a few of them. Basically the ones I seen were the ones that were involved in the horses. When I was going to school, I wasn't much of, I never spent much time at the school after classes. I only went when I had to. but I did meet quite a few of my friends that were also involved in the horses. And I met a lot of the fans too that I seen down there were fans that told me that they watched me when I was still driving and in my younger days at Fraser Downs, and now they still watch me. That's pretty awesome.
That does mean a lot, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. Like there's a lot of people that I remembered, obviously, but I thought it was really cool. A couple gentlemen that came up to me and shook my hand and got my autograph and told me that they used to always bet on me when I was driving, and they told me how they thought I was going to be a great driver at Fraser Downs, and now I've turned into a trainer, and they said whenever they see me racing in Toronto, they always watch my horses and bet on my horses, and I thought that was unbelievable, just to see people that still remember where you started and who you were, that they still watch you.
Casie, this fundraiser raised a lot of money. How well do you think you did? Because we do know.
I was told just under 30,000. I don't know for sure, but I was told just under 30,000. And if those numbers are correct or anywhere near correct, that's absolutely amazing. I know that the Victoria Burn Unit can use all the help they can get, and hopefully that will help save a lot more lives besides just mine.
Strictly awesome on your part, and all, like I say, all the people that help. You manage a great stable. How do you keep this stable going with the same amount of people that you've had working for you since day one? It's amazing.
Yeah, right now there's approximately about 75 horses between here and my stable in New Jersey. I have dual operations now, and I keep a lot of staff, and I have very, very good staff, and I do pay my staff very well to keep them on, and my staff are very dedicated. I've had guys with me probably 6-7 years, probably a good handful of all my assistant trainers have been with me pretty much as I started, and when I started moving up from 1 to 2 to now 75 horses, the majority of them have all stayed with me. I've went through a lot of staff too, but some of them didn't work out so good, but the ones that did, they stuck with me, and they started with me when we're at Flamborough, and they're still with me now that we're racing on the A circuits.
There's a rumor that you have a barn horse for everybody. How's that work?
Yeah, Wild Motion is his name right now, and I started that about 3 years ago. How it came up is I was getting more and more staff, and I like to make sure my help gets treated good for Christmas bonuses, and it got to be pretty expensive the more staff I got. I had lost a horse named Sultan of Suede and a claimer for $15,000 that an owner owned. He didn't want the horse back because he wanted to get just a higher priced, a better horse. So I said, do you mind if I claim him? He said, no, go to town, because I knew he was a sound horse and a nice horse. So I came up with the idea to claim them and give them to my staff, and they get all the money that the horse makes, and that's what Buy a Mile Stables is. Whenever you guys see that on the program, that is my staff, and they all own an equal share of the horse. And right now Wild Motion is right around $90,000 made on the year. So their Christmas bonuses are looking pretty good yet again.
It says a lot about you too, Casie, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, no, I like to make sure, like when I first started this, we call him like the Christmas horse and the company horse. I never thought, I was originally thinking like a smaller track horse that could make maybe 30 or 40,000, which is you could do that pretty realistically at say Flamborough and London and Georgian Downs. I never ever expected it would go the way that it went, and over the last 3 years we've continued to make very good amounts of money. And let's say this year we've had only the one horse, Wild Motion, and I just recently shipped him up to Yonkers Raceway, and he actually just won there. He was in a 30,000 claimer, and he went up there. We claimed him for 10,000 at the beginning of the year.
Casie, as always, thank you for doing this. You're so cool, and good luck.
No problem. Thank you.